aloha, friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is author Joe Holt. Today, we have another fireside chat for you. My special guest, her name is Mommy Lioness. Aloha, lady. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Author Joe Holt, and hello, everyone. How are you?
Oh, it's so awesome. I love that you're on the show. Um, I've been watching your podcast now. What do you, your, or not podcast, my podcast, your show. You're like 20 shows in or something, right?
Yes, I did my 21st show last Tuesday.
Nice. Wow, that's so all right, hold on. No, I don't want to get I'm already trying to get ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning. Say first question we asked everybody. Your streaming name is Mommy Lioness. Mommylioness. So I
Yes,
messed it up a few times. I said Mama Lioness with multiple like three S's. Like I was a little confused. So on D Live, it's Mommy Lioness with
yes,
two S's. On Twitter, it's Mommy Lioness with three S's.
yes,
And on Discord, it's Mommy Lioness with two S's and a three at the end.
yes.
Okay, all right. So now that we got that
I
straight.
know I'm gonna change it.
No, well, oh no, wait, we just got it figured out. All right, but what's it mean to you? Your name's Mommy Lioness. That's what you stream under. What's that mean to you?
Yes. Mommy Lioness. What it means to me is I don't know, like I consider myself as well, actually the name mommy, right? Um I like to, like, how like everyone goes to like the mom and it's like mommy know
Mm-hmm.
best, mommy knows all. And that's how I
Mm-hmm.
kind of feel. It's like everybody kind of come to me for everything. And I'm like, so I just I w- that's why it's like I chose Mommy Lioness. And well, the lioness part is like that's that fierce side of me. You know what I'm saying? I
Right, right.
hunt, I kill, I protect. So it's kind of like to like that nurturing, but also that fierce side. So
Nice. All right. Okay, okay. No, I dig it. I dig it. So, but you alluded to maybe changing it. If you did,
oh
I
no,
like
no.
it. I like it.
Oh no. Like Mommy Lioness, I'm not gonna change that,
Oh,
but the
okay,
Mommy
okay.
Lioness 3, like the 3 at the end.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, because I mean, I'll admit it. We human, we make mistakes. I've been trying to contact you on Discord and Twitter at Mama Lioness for like 2 weeks,
Oh my
but that's
gosh. I'm
somebody else. That's a different person. Mama Lioness is somebody else,
yes.
and I finally figured that out today,
Uh-uh.
about two
Go
hours
ahead. Mommy's doing something.
before the show. I was like,
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get it together,
wow.
y'all. Trust me, I'm gonna get it together.
No, no, that wasn't you. That was me. I mean, I was like, because you use whatever you want. I just need to take a minute, figure it out. But it's attention to detail, and I didn't have it. So if you guys are looking for this, like I tell people about you all the time on my stream, and I have been telling them about Mama Lioness this whole time, and that's not your name. And when I link your name, I didn't realize when you click on it, it says user not found because that's not your username. It's
Yes.
Mommy. All right,
Yes.
moving on. Second question, two-part question.
Okay.
Now, I don't even know the answer to this, and I've watched you stream for a bit, and you've alluded to this. So I'd be really interested to have you clarify this.
Okay.
Second question is two-part. When did you start streaming? But also, what got you started in streaming? And it's not D Live, right?
No.
Okay, okay.
Ustream.
So when did you start streaming and what got you streaming?
Okay. So um back in 2000, and I would say 14, 15. No, 14. Um, when and PS4, I think it was just out maybe like a year or two then, or a
Hmm.
year. And they had the PlayStation room. And the PlayStation room where you was able to just stream off of Ustream, YouTube. And one day we were looking and we were seeing all these people streaming like in their house, families and everything. And my husband, he was like, we should try this. And I was like, no, I don't think I want to try this. I'm not ready. I was just like, no, not in front of people. And my husband was like, okay, he left it alone. And it was at a time in my life where I just felt like I lost my identity. You know, I just had my daughter. She probably was just like one. And I just kind of like felt like just was in a depression.
Hmm.
You know, I didn't really feel too good about myself. I was just struggling with my identity.
Hmm.
And so one day, one night, me and my husband was just up chilling, and he was like, "Let's just try." And I was like, "Okay, okay, what the hell?" You know, I'm going through things. I got a lot going on my mind. Let me just do something to take my mind off things. And so we tried it. And when we did, I just really enjoyed it. I wasn't as nervous that I how I
Hmm.
thought I would be.
Hmm.
And we just started doing it. And I noticed when we were starting to do it, like stream more, I started feeling much better because I started to meet people and then they were like open up about their problems. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, like they're, you know, to see what people were really going through. And, you know, I was able to open up, not as much, but was able to share a little bit, you know,
Hmm.
and I don't know, I just fell in love with it. It was like it was nice. It was nice. It was very therapeutic for me. It was very therapeutic for me.
Nice. Actually, I started streaming on D Live after watching other streamers, specifically on D Live, because I watched Twitch for a couple years. Never had the inclination to stream because I'm not a big gamer. But when I came to D Live and found the community and the friends, like people like this fella so smooth. We'll talk about him a little bit later, but I was watching him stream and I'm like, this guy is cool. He's mellow, he's happy, right? I want to get to know people like that. I like where I can talk to them, they could talk back to me, and so I started streaming and like you said, it really helps
Mhm.
um, your sense of well-being, your sense
Yes.
of purpose, right? And it's in a way it is part of our lives, but in a way it can be an escape from your day-to-day normalcy or normal life, right? As well.
Yes.
So did do you feel like streaming was an escape from your reality or that it augmented and improved your reality?
To be honest with you, I felt like it improved my reality. Because when I like when we streamed how like I would do like I streamed 8 to 10 like 2 hours, and
Hmm.
it was a nighttime thing. We only did it when my daughter after she went to sleep, and it was just something that I enjoyed doing, but like we kind of went on and off. Like we'll stream for a while, and then for a while we didn't stream, so it's kind of on and off. But when
Hmm.
we did, I felt like it really improved. You know, it's I started to be more kind of out the box. You know, like talking to people, interacting, and it helped me to deal with people in real life.
Hmm.
Crazy, but it kind of helped me to, you
No, I
know,
feel you there. Actually,
you know.
something you just said triggered a memory in my head, which you said it helped me to deal with people in real life. Something that I learned that really helped me with interacting with people face to face was somebody said you deal with problems, you work with people.
Yeah, it's true.
Like you don't deal with people. People aren't something to be dealt with. They're something to be
Yeah.
worked with, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it came down to a respect issue, right?
Yes.
That one word, and just me realizing the respect issue, the respect side of it. And now it didn't seem like a problem anymore. It seemed like an opportunity, right?
Yes.
So now all these people that we're meeting, like you're talking about meeting people here, they some of them help us, and sometimes we help them, but it seems to be very mutually beneficial. How do you feel about that? Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You was
You
cutting out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Um,
How do you feel? Like do you find like some of your viewers help you, or do you feel like you're kind of leading the pack and spreading the wisdom?
for me, Right now, I feel like I'm kinda leading the pack and spreading the wisdom. I do feel that way, especially on D Live, because me taking the time out off camera and just working with myself and just kinda working through a lot of past traumas that I had,
Mhm.
um, it helps me, when I got on here, um, there was a difference because when I streamed on Ustream, I was open, but I wasn't as open as much. Like I didn't
Mm.
really just I just wasn't as open. Like, but on here, it's like I feel like as if the camera wasn't off, this is how I am, whether the camera's on or off, you
Mm.
know.
Mhm.
Um, so I feel like um this this has it's help, you know, and on D Live, I'm a leader. I'm
Mm.
definitely a leader on here.
Sure.
So,
I've noticed that too. It's actually what drew me to you and your channel. You have very positive energy. You have very positive words, right? Your streams are very good
yes.
energy, and I really appreciate that. And that's what I try to propagate here on the show is guests spreading that kind of love. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Well, thank you. I I appreciate that as well. And you have a great stream as well. Like I told you before, just very laid back and chilled and relaxed. And that's just I feel like how I am, you know. I just like to chill. I like to have fun. I like to go into deep talks and talk, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And have fun, you know. The conversation goes how it flows. Like, you know, that's kind of like my thing on my stream.
For sure.
Good
So
music.
you said you start on Uplay like 4 years ago, right?
Ustream. Yeah,
Ustream, right?
roughly, yes.
How long have you been on D Live?
D Live, I've been on here, I wanna say going on 2 months now.
Okay, so that would
No,
be like
maybe a full month.
May, June. It's June
Yeah.
now. Almost the end of June 2019. So some probably May.
Yeah, it was like the end of May when I first started
Okay.
on here.
Okay. And what brought you to D Live?
What brought me here was I felt like it was more authentic,
Mm.
and I like the fact that the platform was small.
Right,
Um
right.
all the other, you know, platforms, you could just tell is overly saturated. And
Hmm.
when I think of other platforms, I think about gaming, like Twitch, I automatically think about gaming. But D Live, when I think about D Live, I don't think about gaming. I just think about it being just a lot of different things.
Sure.
And that's what brought me because it just didn't have that game feel. Like you have to be a gamer to stream on here or be an artist or, you know, and it kind of gave me that Ustream vibe a little bit. It's not like Ustream, but it kind of gave me that vibe where I felt like I can do what I used to do on Ustream. Just come here, chat with people, and you know. So
Nice. So when you were on Ustream, were chatting like this, or were you doing gameplay?
I was just chatting just like this.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. I've seen your streams, and I don't know why. It never occurred to me that we're always chatting. Like it's not. I haven't seen you play games yet.
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, so do you, like you were saying earlier, you don't have a script or anything, right? Like you don't have today's show. We're going to cover these topics. You just hop on and talk to whoever shows up.
Yes, I just hop on and I just like whatever comes to mind, however I'm feeling for that day, then that's just what it's going to be. Now, I
Hmm.
want to tell you a little quick story about that.
Okay.
When I first started streaming on here, right? And I was doing what I was doing. And then when I first got on here, I kind of was thinking to myself, you know, I was like, well, I don't really play games, you know, like that. And you know, I kept saying I'm just trying to find my place on here. I kept saying
Hmm.
that. And so what happened one morning, I felt like I kind of got like a message to talk about something. And then so I planned it out. I wrote it down like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this today. I'm gonna, you just pinpoint everything. And I did that, right? And when I started, I choked up.
Huh.
I couldn't remember anything I wrote down. I didn't even know what
Oh.
the hell I was saying. And I was like, okay, and I was trying to get it out, and everybody was quiet, and I mean, I had my music, I turned my music off and everything. And then once I stopped talking about the subject and I put the music back on, then the conversation, everything started flowing out.
Mm.
And then I went back and I thought about it the next day and I was like, okay, you what you was doing was good enough and you went and you changed it because you thought that that wasn't good enough. You thought that you had to do something else and then when you did that, never again. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson,
So
you
just
know.
self confidence, right? Is that what we're talking about? Or self assuredness, I think would be a better way to say that.
Um, I guess that I guess yeah, if you look at it, but the way I
Uh-huh.
looked at it as when I stream, like I base it on like I like good conversations, good music and just great vibes, right? And
Mm.
I felt like when I was streaming, I kind of turned it into like a Dr. Phil type thing. And I feel like that really wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
if I'm gonna talk to you about a certain situation, I want it to flow there. I want it to
Hmm.
naturally flow there. I don't want to like trying to pinpoint things out and it just I don't know, it just didn't feel right. It was like, it kind of felt like a little Dr. Philish for me.
Actually, I know exactly what you mean because I've had a few chats where if you try to be particular about a topic, you always have the trolls come in that are going to, they just want to be there to be trouble and be
Yes.
divisive, right? And so,
Yes.
they start like, I don't need any of that. I want to talk to you guys about your day, about your
Yes.
brain, your mind right now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I've heard you make reference to a daughter, to your husband. Let's talk about that if you don't mind. We like
Okay.
to ask. What we do with these fireside chats is we try to get to know streamers on a personal level and get to know who they really are as people, not just for you. It's easy because your show is about conversation. But with a
Yes.
lot of streamers, right, they're just a little face in the corner of the screen with the game overlay, and we don't get to know them. So without further ado, first question is, if you don't mind telling what your first name is, would you mind
Yes.
sharing that?
Okay, yes. My first name is Carlette.
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 Carlette. Is that?
Yes.
Can you spell that, please?
Yes. Carlette.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that right. I was close, but I was missing like one T and one E.
Oh, you
All
good.
right, all right. And so you are married.
Yes, I am.
Now, I believe I know who he is. I believe
Yes.
I do, but I'm gonna pretend like I don't. You want to talk about your husband a little bit? Tell
Oh,
me who he
yes.
is.
Oh, yes. So my husband's so smooth.
Uh, that's
So
right.
smooth. That is my honey bun.
He's my boy,
That's my
man.
honey bun. Yes, that's my honey bun, and he also streams on here as well. I ain't gonna get too much into that. I'll let you
No,
talk
yeah, yeah.
about
He
him,
got
Joe.
that's a different. No, no, that's a different show.
Yes.
But yeah, So Smooth was actually the very first guest I ever had on Fireside Chats.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
I didn't
I
even
remember I
know.
watched.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I don't. Oh, that's right. I do. I think that's how I met you.
Yes.
That's how I met. And you weren't streaming at the time, I don't think.
Nope. I was not streaming. I was so happy for him. I was so happy.
And I
Yes,
really
but
like when he started streaming, he had that vibe about him, but you could see over like the last 4 months how he really like grew and changed into this a more confident, smoother, right?
yes.
The show, the overlay, the graphics. You've been watching that transition. Has that had any influence on you and how you've streamed?
Yes. Yes. Definitely because Um, seeing my husband firsthand, his streaming career,
Mhm.
it definitely inspired me. So he's definitely one of the biggest reasons why I am on here. But just seeing him, he got his stickers and everything going. I'm definitely going to be doing that in the near future. As I grow, as I grow and things, starts to go. But me and my husband, we're two different two different things. You know what I'm
Oh, for
saying?
sure. No, and that's why, when we talked about you coming on the show, I was adamant about not doing a dual stream with both of you. I wanted to
Yes.
do a separate show with you because your show is different. You're different. Your energy, your information, right? Still both very chill and beautiful,
Yes.
but completely different.
Yes.
I really like that. How have you, well, before we get into that. So, how long have you guys been married?
We have been married for 5 years,
Hmm.
and we've been together for 7
Nice.
years.
And I heard you refer to a daughter. How you have one daughter? You have more kids than that.
We have 3 together, well, 3 total.
Mm.
The first oldest is 5 years old, and then I have twin girls. They're 1 years old.
Right, and they made their debut with Smooth 4 months
Yes.
ago, or however many. It's been a while. No,
Yes.
on the first show. Now
Yes.
they are actually King Rainmaker. I don't know if you know who he is on here on D Live. Have you heard his name?
I haven't heard of the name.
So King Rainmaker is another guest of mine that was on the show, and he also has young twin daughters.
Oh,
So if y'all need somebody to commiserate with you, my boy King Rainmaker, he's active duty army, he's a streamer, he's an incredible human being. He's got 3 kids, I believe 3 daughters, if I'm correct. Like, you guys would have a ton to talk about. I would
oh,
recommend
yes.
it. I would recommend it. But how have you found, this is a question I like to ask, and you be as honest or not as you want, because
Okay.
it is personal. But how do you find the time, especially Smooth getting time, you getting time separate to stream with having 3 kids, especially 2 young twins like that?
Yes.
What?
How do we
Yeah, yeah. What do you got to have some kind of secret, like something,
Oh,
some
oh
secret.
my god. A whole lot of strength, a whole lot of mental strength.
Mm,
Um, but, with my husband, like, during the day, you know, I pretty much have the girls, I get up, make breakfast, make sure everybody's good. So I pretty much hold it down, for a few hours. And when he get off and when he get off, we're with the girls, we're relaxing, and then 8 o'clock, I try to set my stream a little bit later, so that way that gives us time to really deal with the girls,
mhm,
have some little time to ourselves, and then 8 o'clock. But we are switching his hours, because my husband, when he streams pretty much long hours.
mhm,
And we're cutting them down though, because mama can't I can't do it like that no more.
okay, no, no, it makes
um
sense.
it's a lot dealing with 2 girls. Mentally, it's a lot, and for him. So and our especially since we don't get the type of like we don't get the babysitting help.
Mm,
So we pretty much have to like I kind of give him a little break, um, let him, collect himself, and then I get a little break. That gives me time to kind of collect ourselves,
mhm.
you know. And and it don't, you got some nice green herbs on the side, to
Oh
kind
well,
of
we all do what we got to do. Shit,
you know what I'm saying? It helps a lot. It helps a lot. So
it does. It does.
but we are cutting down his hours, because I think that will be good for me.
No, that makes so. But that's what we're talking about because a part of the show, the focus and what it's for, is also to encourage other streamers, new streamers, maybe people that are stuck, can't figure out really how to get it moving. And we're going
Yes.
to get more into those tips in a minute. But,
Yes.
most of us have relationships, have significant others, have kids, have pets,
Yeah.
have full time jobs. And it's a serious time commitment to stream on a regular basis.
Yes.
And with you and your husband, both of you streaming and streaming separately, it's even more of a commitment. So what you're saying is
Yes.
it's teamwork.
Oh my gosh.
Teamwork.
Yes, it's teamwork, and it's just something that has to be done because we believe in what we're doing. We believe in it, and that's just how it has to go for us. We have to stick together. We have to work together, and of course I'm mama. So, my girls like daddy, he can deal with them, but after a while they can't break them down. So,
No, no,
mama comes
you're
in.
not mama, you're mommy.
Yeah, mommy, sorry.
See, now
Look
I'm
at you
confused.
correcting me.
Hey, oh man,
Oh
I've been
man, no,
struggling
it's
with that for 2 weeks.
I know. See, and everybody say mama, so I'm calling myself mama. But definitely it has to be teamwork. It has to be teamwork. And what helps me is when I take my walks in the morning. Like I get that
Mm.
good hour or two to myself, I'm good. I'm good.
I think that's actually a really important thing we could mention right now, which is
Yes.
if you're a streamer, you got to get out from behind your computer sometimes, right?
Yes.
Outside in the sunshine, preferably.
Yes. Yes.
Is that something that you had always been doing, or is that something you've learned to do now?
I've learned to do now. I've been like me and my husband. We're very outgoing outside, especially with our children. But for me in particular, this has been something that I feel I've started a few weeks, and it has been very therapeutic because it's a healthy outlet. And on my stream, one thing I do mention every time, I always talk about going outside, and I always
Mm,
talk about being a balance because um don't get me wrong, I love doing this, but I can't be in front of a camera all day. I can't be in front of a screen all day. I
hmm
like to be outside, especially with my children. They have a lot of energy. We got to run their energy out. So
I feel
we
that.
do. You know what I'm saying? So I like to have a balance. I feel like D Live ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
hmm
But during the day, it's about me. It's about me getting outside. I'm with my girls. We out doing some fun stuff. And then it's time for this. So
No, it's a really great point, and not just there's a lot of little things like when we're sitting here in front of the camera for a couple hours at a time. You got to remember to do things like drink water,
yes.
right? Little
Yeah,
things you got to learn how to take care of yourself because if you don't, it will catch up with you.
it will. It will. And I just believe in having balance. It's okay, but don't let this be your main thing all day. Don't
Mm,
let it be when you get up. It's just all about this. You need to go outside. That's why a lot of people suffering from depression right now because you ain't outside, you're not getting no sunlight. And I say that all the time in all my
mm.
streams, you
Actually,
know.
it's something I've learned too with because I started on D Live as a viewer in January, but I was modding for LT Zonda, so I was on every day, every morning. Then I would watch people all afternoon. I wasn't going outside. I was sitting in my chair day after day, and I realized it did affect my mood, right? And you
Yeah.
get because you get that hit of dopamine and serotonin and all that when you're chatting
Yes.
and you're donating, right, and you're interacting. But then when
Yes.
that computer goes off, it's easy to feel depressed, to
Exactly.
feel low. So I actually
Yes.
start my day every day. I go out on the porch in the sunshine at least an hour.
Yes.
Yep. It's important. So with your show, so you're not a gamer at all,
Yes.
right?
No, I,
In
I,
terms
I
of
do.
streaming.
In the past, like when I was a teenager, I would play video games.
Hmm
I did start it off younger playing video games. Like my dad, he played video games. He bought the Nintendo. We had the Sega Genesis. I had the PlayStation 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. So I definitely know about games, and I used to play it when I was younger, but I grew out of it. I don't know.
Mm.
I just grew out of it. I do play though. I play Grand Theft Auto, but I'm not your gamer. I'm not gonna come on here and game it out.
You know what? Of all the games you could have said, I would have not guessed Grand Theft Auto.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I know you could get rowdy, but I didn't know like rowdy, rowdy. That's
Oh boy, I love
GTA
Grand Theft
5 is
Auto.
rowdy. Hey, I have GTA 5 by the way.
You do. We do
Yep.
too.
Yep. We could play. We could play. See, I quit playing GTA 5 because there's too much nastiness, right? The
Yes.
cussing, the violence. Like, I wanted to build cars, own garages, and race around.
Yes.
So, like, that's why I started trucking. and that car mechanic simulator because I can build cars, I can tear around, I can own garages. Ain't nobody getting murdered, nobody's cussing, there's no
Yes.
violence, you know. So what do you? How do you feel about actually? I've never asked anybody this on a show. How do you feel about the violence and stuff in video games? Like, as an adult, I feel like we could step away, but what about kids and the younger generations? Like, do you think that's getting to them?
Yes. When it comes to the GTA, and it is violence. And when I'm glad you mentioned that because when I did play, this child was on there. He sounded like he had been like 6 years old.
Mm,
Um, I feel like this, especially when if I do play that, I like to like my daughters, like if their grandmother has them, because I feel like it's more of a adult game. It's more of a adult
oh,
game,
sure, yeah, definitely.
and especially a lot of these other games. I definitely feel, especially for children, there's no um there's no balance in that. These kids, they're on all day long.
Mm.
Their parents obviously are not watching what they do, and I hear them, they're cursing and everything. And when I did play, like when I do play, I have to mute them out. I have to, because
Mm.
I can't deal with the kids. I can't
Hmm.
deal with it. And especially Fortnite, I feel like it I always say this to my husband, it's something evil about that game, and we all know it. It's
We all
something
know.
evil about
We
that game.
all know it.
We
We
all
all
know
know
it.
it.
I don't I told my husband I don't even like when he play that game. And I get it, it's a game and stuff, but I'll be like, play, to me, I feel like play a grown man game. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't. Hey, I try to keep this stream positive. I don't have nothing positive to say about that game. So.
I don't have anything positive about that game. It's just crazy to see how these kids, how they just, they get crazy over that game.
Well, and it's not like my own kids were playing GTA 5 on the Xbox and I didn't even
Yeah,
know what it was, right? But
yeah,
I would be in the living room playing. I like to play games with them interactive sometimes, you know. So
yes,
I have two teenage boys, they had their own boxes, I had my box. But sometimes we play different games and I hear like this cussing and like yelling and like craziness out of the room. I go in there to see what's going on. He's telling people off on the game. You know, I'm like, I don't know, I don't think so. Like we we need to figure
right?
this out. Like you wouldn't talk to me like that. Well, no, you're my dad. Well, why? But it's a respect thing, you know.
Yes.
So I feel like you have young kids. How do you feel about them playing video games, or do they?
No. Well, actually, my daughter, she plays Roblox,
Hmm.
and she plays with her cousin, and then every once in a while, I'll jump in and play with her. But of course, on Roblox, I watch her. She's not allowed to talk to anybody, or she's not
Hmm.
allowed to chat with anybody.
Hmm.
Um, but to be honest with you, with kids playing games, I don't. It depends on the game. Okay, it depends on the
Sure.
game, but I don't see there be a problem. I feel like it needs to be a balance.
Hmm.
That's my thing. I feel like it needs to be a balance because the kids nowadays, they're on that more than going outside. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of them, I get it. You're probably going through a lot at home. Your mama probably work. You probably don't get enough attention. So you go in there, you act wild and crazy. You know.
Hmm.
So I just feel like there just has to be there has to be a balance, but there also has to be boundary, you
That's
know.
a great word. Boundaries.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yes.
Boundaries is everything. And I didn't know about that when I was younger. I didn't learn about that till I was an adult.
Yes.
Setting limits for yourself, setting limits for other people, what you allow them
Yes.
to do or say to you, setting limits for your children. That's important.
Exactly. Yep. I feel that way. And a lot of games, like when I play Grand Theft Auto, I don't play all the time. I just play here and there with my husband. But
Mm,
I don't play too many games like that because I don't know. I just feel like I outgrown them.
mm.
And I don't know, I'd rather like do other things.
Sure.
I rather, and I get easily frustrated. with the
Hmm.
game as well. Like if I'm trying to play a mission, I keep dying, I give up. I'm like, "Oh,
Mm.
okay, I don't want to play no more. I'm that type of person. If it don't go my way, I don't want to play no more.
No worries, no worries. So you've been on D Live now a while, and you've had a
Yeah.
couple dozen shows. Have you? I've seen your confidence level change from like just the first couple shows you did from the last few that you've done. I've seen your confidence grow and change. And
Yes.
I don't think it's changed you. I think it's just opening you up more. You're feeling more confident to be who you are.
Yes.
So how would you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I agree with you. I am, for the most part, I've been an introvert for a while,
Mm,
and I've dealt with like just self confident issues,
mm,
and when I came on here, I don't know, it just I feel like I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's just no, it's just very comfortable where I can be myself. And I felt like I, I even feel it. I feel like this inner, it's getting ready to come out slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, it's getting ready to come out. Um, but the more I do this, and the more when especially when I speak and I say things that's on my mind, and it just I know it's the truth because it's coming from here, and it just brings that confidence out of me. I don't know. It's just like you know, I'm just doing my thing. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? I'm just doing my thing. I'm chilling. I'm in my own lane. See, when on here, I feel like I'm not saying for anybody, but I know when people are streaming and stuff, a lot of people might look at other people and try to figure out where they fit at or where they belong or what I should do or things like that. And I just feel like I just got to be me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
I just do what I feel like comes here. But see, I had to learn that though. I had to learn
mm,
that because when I first came on here, I was nervous because I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this or do that. But when I tried to do something different, try to be like Dr. Phil, I was like, no, no. And when that happened, I just needed to go in and, that's what I did. I had to go in. I had to go in when that happened and to know that what I'm doing is good. What I'm doing is enough on D Live. You know what I'm
hmm.
saying? So
Well, we
I
kind of
don't know if
hit
that
on
makes sense.
this. Well, we hit on this earlier, which is you got to do you. You got to be
Yes,
yourself because there's
you
nothing
have
else
to.
you can sustain for any length of time. People are going to see
Yes.
through it if you lying.
Yes.
Yeah. And
That's true.
I had that same thing when I started streaming. I had this pressure. I don't know why, self-imposed pressure to start making doing video games. And I'm like, I don't play video games normally. Like, I don't sit around. I wasn't playing video games again before I started streaming. So, but I was trying to force myself into what I thought streaming was. And
Yes.
then, like you were saying, I realized like I could just have a live podcast and talk to people because that's what I want to do.
Yes.
And then people love it. People love this show, and I've fallen in love with this show because I get to really meet people from all over the world and hear these incredible stories. And I game when I don't have a guest. But
Yes.
if my option was to just have guests all the time, I would every show I do.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I
what?
agree. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Go
No, no,
ahead.
go ahead.
I just want to say that, and I had to tell myself this too. When that happened, I had to tell myself this. If I have to come on and I have to always think what am I going to do? What I'm going to say? If I have to
Mm,
think my way through this, I don't want to do it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because then I'm not, it's not coming from here. It's not coming from the heart,
Mm,
and like you got to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You got to feel what you do. And I gotta feel. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't feeling it, I ain't doing it. I tell people all the time, if I don't feel like I want to come on today, if I feel like I'm going through some things, I need a break, I'm gonna do that.
mm,
I feel like the honesty is the best policy
sure.
because a lot of the times I feel like we we tailor ourself around people. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like we might look at, like for example, say if I'm playing a game and I'm like, okay, oh, I'm playing a game and I got 20 viewers, but then I'm just talking and I got 10 viewers.
mm,
But I enjoy talking. I love doing that.
mm.
Playing games is nice, but that's not what I love. You know what I'm saying? So what am I going to do? I'm going to keep doing something just because I got the viewers, or I'm going to just do something that I love. The viewers will come eventually. And if not, I don't care. This is what I want to do,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, something I
So,
realized when I was trying to force myself to play games, there'd be three people in there, and
yes,
they're just people that like me, and we talk, right? But
yes,
nobody showed up for the gameplay because I'm not particularly good at games, and I wasn't particularly enthusiastic about most games, right?
yes,
And then when I switched to just chatting, the numbers shot up immediately, right? And
yes,
we say, don't worry about the numbers, don't look at them.
yes,
We're just talking about it right now as a frame of reference, but I realized
yes,
people could tell our passion. They could feel
yes,
our energy. So when like you
yes,
like to chat, I like to chat. When we're doing that, we're gonna attract more people.
yes.
When you get going, I mean, chatting, like, what is it that you're trying? Are you just trying to have a conversation and hang out? Or are you trying to like spread like knowledge or love? Like, what's your focus?
My focus is both. And because I'm having a good time as well, but I feel like if there's something on my heart that I need to speak on, or I feel like if it's something I need to say, I will say it. I will say it. And mainly on here, I just I'm not saying for everybody, but a lot of people, they come on here to escape a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like what I want to bring to people is to your life is more than a screen. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to come out on here and kind of get you off a little bit and let you have a
Mm,
balance with nature and with being on camera, because I know I used to be like that. I used to be on the screen all day, watching TV all day in the house, depressed, this and that. And I enjoy doing this, but it's a balance. And when I am on here, I like to conversate. I had people come in my stream and have opened up to me about some stuff, and um I was like, wow. And I know the type of energy that I have. I know I attract that, and it's okay because I'll be that air. You know what I'm saying? I'll
mm-hmm.
listen. And I'm a nurturer. I like to make people feel good, and not to lie to them, but to be truthful with them, especially
Mm-hmm.
when they come in. I like to encourage them. Encourage. Just lift them up, because we need that. The world needs that. The planet needs that. We need
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, so do you find people now that you've been on for a while, people starting to get to know you, are you seeing a lot of the same names, the same faces in chat?
Yes, I'm seeing a lot of the same faces. They're coming back, and it makes me feel really good. You know.
Nice. And I find streaming interesting because I've even met some people now that are streamers on D Live in real life. Like it's starting to
Yes.
bleed over to really like the friends and family feel is legit.
Yes.
Like you stream, your husband streams on D Live in the same house. Like my two kids are on D Live, two of my brothers are on D Live, my mom's on D Live. Like
That's
I mean,
awesome.
legitimately, we're using it as an extension to keep an extended family together, and
Yes,
it's working. It's
it
amazing.
is. It is. Like, I really like D Live. I really do. I think it's a great community. And I've met a YouTuber. He actually started on Ustream with us.
Hmm.
And me and my husband, we drove to go see him. He was in Texas. We're taking a road trip and we stopped in Texas to meet him. And when I'm on my stream, I tell people, like, I don't mind meeting these people. I wouldn't mind, going out, meeting up with them for a day or whatever. Like, because I'm more than just sitting at a stream. I mean, at a screen. I'm more than that. I always say that I'm more than that. So
Now,
thank
of
you for
course,
listening.
if you're listening to this and you're a new streamer, obviously you need to be careful about meeting people, on like there's
Oh,
everybody available on the internet, good people and bad
yes,
people.
yes,
So be careful about giving out your phone number, your home address. Be careful about
yes,
just meeting people out of the blue.
yes.
Take your time with that and be safe.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Now, this person that I met on YouTube, I know him for a few years before we even met up.
Sure,
But
sure.
you're exactly right.
But there's a lot of our viewers are younger audience, and so
Yes,
not everybody gets raised right and is taught how to be safe and how to be smart.
I agree.
So we're trying to be careful. Now that's another point I'd like to bring up and get your take on being a mother of young daughters is
Yes,
when you never know who's watching, right? Like
yeah,
when we're streaming and we're talking, we have no idea who's on the other side of that screen. How important it's helped me moderate my behavior knowing that my own children and my mother are watching.
yes,
I mean, I'm not like particularly rowdy anyway, but I was a
yes.
Marine sergeant, so I tend to let some cuss words slip out time again. But how important is it for you, or do you think about that, like who may be watching, and or do you moderate how you say things or what you say?
Yes, I do. Because yeah, you don't know who's watching you. I feel like for me, I don't really. I'm very. I don't know. I'm not outrageous or anything like that.
Mm,
But there's nothing that I feel like I shouldn't talk about because I I pretty much kind of know my limits. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like I don't mind having deep talks, but I'm not gonna open up and be like, oh, okay, yeah, well, my husband did this and I did. I'm not
mm,
gonna be doing all that. But yeah, because like, I do have sisters and my niece, she comes in and she watches me as well. And I do attract a lot of children, a lot of teenagers to be more
mm-hmm,
specific.
mm-hmm,
They come in my stream a lot, and half of the time I don't even be knowing they're teenagers because they're very mature when they come in and when they talk. And then when I ask them, they're like, "Oh, I'm still in high school." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
mm-hmm.
I got to tell you a small, little, quick, little story.
Sure.
There was a certain streamer that came in my stream, and they were teenagers, right? And they were playing around. You was in there that night. You was in there
Okay.
that night. And you remember they had mentioned that, they had problems with her carrying a baby or whatnot. And I was just giving them I thought some nice, friendly, playful advice or whatever you want to call it. And I found out that they were teenagers. They were teenage girls. So I went in their stream and I was like, oh, so y'all fooled me, right? So y'all, and they apologized. And I told them it's nothing, it's okay. It's all forgiving. But now I'm more aware that there are some teenagers that will come in there, they'll pretend that they're adults and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm more, just I just gotta, if they coming in, I like to check their profile and things. Now I'll be doing that. I pick it up
Yep.
like, okay, let me check and see, cause yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
don't
if
want to give
you,
no.
that's a good trick actually you're talking about. Like when people come into our stream as streamers, we could click their name. They got to have
Yes,
an account to be in there chatting. You could look at their profile, their followers, if they're streaming, you could check them out, and that really helps.
yes.
I get tricked sometimes, but I'm getting smarter. I get a little bit
Me
smarter.
too. Me too. Cause I'm like, look, I'm not for teenage pregnancy. I am not for that.
Right, right. Well, the other thing, D Live has terms of service, right? Community
Yes.
standards. So something that I've run into, I'm wondering if you have. I've had, mental illness, mental health is a big topic for streamers. A lot of us have dealt with depression or social anxiety, things of that nature. And
Yes.
I do like to talk about that when a streamer is willing to.
Yes.
But I talk about it openly on my streams. And I've had people come in who talk about being depressed, and that's fine. We encourage them, like you said, get some sunshine, eat some fresh fruit, like there's
Yes.
things you can do. But if somebody comes into your channel talking about self harm, well, I just don't want to be here. I'm probably not going to be here tomorrow, talking about hurting themselves. I delete and mute them immediately because D Live does not allow any self harm, right? You can't talk about it as a streamer. You can't do it on stream. You can't let other people talk about it in your chat, right? Like, my heart wants to help these people, but I don't want to mess around and get in trouble, or you know what I mean? Like, how do you
Yes.
handle that? I'm actually looking for advice here because I feel bad, but also we can't be having people talk like that in chat.
You know what? I'm so glad you brought that up because I have a small little tiny story I want to share with you too about that.
Hmm.
There was this guy that liked it me, and because I didn't give him the time of day, we were younger, we were teenagers, and he would text me, "Oh, I'm about to off myself, kill myself." I mean, it was bad. And I got scared. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I just blocked him. But in your situation, to be honest with you, I would probably I would probably do that too because I don't know. I mean, like, you can talk to them, of course, but I don't wanna egg them on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wanna
Right.
egg them on and be like, "Oh, just don't do it. Oh, Imma do it. Oh, but just don't." I'm not gonna I don't want that person to do that to themselves, but you put me in a position where like, I don't know what to do.
Well, in that case, I kind of appreciate that D Live has made a stand and talks specifically about that in the terms of service, and it says zero tolerance,
Yes,
right?
because I feel like you did the right thing because to me, I feel like if you're feeling that way, you don't need to be on here.
Mm.
You need to be talking to somebody. You need to be seeing a
Hmm.
spiritual advisor. You need to be seeing somebody. I don't think you should be on here because you put pressure on somebody. You know what I'm saying? When you do that,
Hmm.
what you want me to do? I don't want you to do that. But if you're going to constantly keep saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it," okay, I'm gonna block you because I don't have time for that. You
Mm.
know, I don't.
Well, it seems a lot about attention grabbing, right? Like,
Yes.
that's
I feel
all.
that way. That's how I feel. And when that happened to me, I blocked him because I couldn't. I was texting him back and forth like, no, don't. I blocked him and just
Mm.
moved on with my life.
Yeah. Guys, if you're listening to this and you're watching Mama Lioness after this, or
Yes.
damn it, I said it again, Mommy Lioness, not Mama, or Author Joe Holt stream, and we're trying to love on you guys. We're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna encourage you, right? And you could spend your time talking about things that you don't like, or you could
Yes.
spend your time talking about things that you love.
Yes.
Talk about things that you love.
Yes.
It's more helpful.
Yes.
It's helpful for us. It's helpful for you.
Yes.
Right? But
Like,
also,
please.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, just please don't come in here and talk about you gonna off yourself. Please don't do that with me because I will listen. I know I'm a nice person, but I'm not gonna go back and forth with that. I'm
Mm,
not gonna do it with you.
right. And we're not supposed to.
No,
D
because it
Live
puts
doesn't want us
pressure.
being psychologists.
Yes.
We're not
It
live streaming doctors.
exactly. And I'm like, no, just because it puts pressure on you and no. And that shouldn't be you that nobody should have to feel that.
Right. And not only that, there's other people trying to have a good time. Right?
Right?
Like, you come in, try to hijack the conversation to make it about you, then you don't understand channel etiquette and how to be a decent viewer of a stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
So
agree.
So let's talk a little bit about streaming. When you started streaming on Uplay, was the I'm gonna get that word right. Hold on. I'm trying to say three words at once. The technology was different at
Yes.
that time for streaming. Have you found it's gotten easier, more complicated? Like, do you wrestle with the technological side of streaming in terms of like
Um,
running OBS, run the computer, running D Live, all that?
no, I don't really have any issues, especially since I'm running it on a used laptop. It actually runs good. I really don't have any technical difficulties, but it is a lot to set up though. And I feel like if you don't have a very decent computer, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna really have a
Mm.
hard time because there's a lot of things you have to set up on here. And especially if you wanna, kind of like give it your own feel, it's just a lot of layers.
How, like for me, I struggled with setting up OBS, and I actually had to pay my brother, who's a web developer, to help me do
Awesome.
it. And he did all these overlays, all the graphics, my bad doggy. Um, but I don't know that I could have gotten that set up on my own. Like how did you and Smooth figure all that out?
Like my husband YouTube. My
Mm,
husband, he went on YouTube. He self-taught himself with learning a computer and everything. Learning how to do the OBS. He went on
mm,
YouTube and he just watched video after video after video and he set everything up. And
nice.
yeah, and then of course he's teaching me how to use it, use the software, how to set it up and things like that. So I tell you, YouTube is the best place for anybody that's trying to learn. Please go on YouTube because
Anything too. Anything.
anything, you don't even got to go to university. Just go
Anything.
on YouTube.
Dude, my kid came out of the bedroom one time, and there was like, this what was that? And there was a dart sticking in the wall. My kid had watched YouTube, learned how to make a blowgun out of PVC pipe and darts out of a tack and folded up paper with tape and glue. And was
Oh
like,
my
I was
gosh.
like, you
Oh,
can't leave them alone for even an hour with YouTube though.
I
You could
know.
learn anything.
You can learn anything on YouTube, and you don't have to
Oh,
go to university. Just go on YouTube. That's it.
you just wait till all your girls are teenagers.
Oh man. I don't know if I'm ready.
You think you like that patience thing. We're gonna, you have to circle
Oh,
back around to that patience thing.
oh man, because I feel like I'm on like one nerve right now, just one nerve with them.
So yeah, like how do you I mean, I'm a parent and I felt that tension, you're like, man, I love you, but I can't even talk to you right now. You be just breaking stuff and making messes and be
Yes.
screaming. Like, how do you is it, you just leaning on your husband for that, like support? How do you work through that type of stress?
Um, what I've learned to do is I go outside a lot, and also I'm a big fan of marijuana. um, and also me and my husband, we're like we're like best friends. Like we talk about everything, and
Mm,
it's not one day that we do not sit down and we don't talk. Like we discuss whatever's going on. We will sit there and we'll have like I like to call it the green room. We go in the green room, you know what I'm saying? The girls chilling, relaxing, we'll go and we just sit there and we'll just talk and we'll just let it all out. I'm
mm,
listening, then he's listening. I'm
mm,
listening and then he's listening. And then we'll try to just come up with something. Okay, you know what? Maybe tomorrow we could try this. Maybe, because it's hard. And it's hard when I try to talk to somebody else, but they don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
If they don't have children, they don't get it. And if you don't have twins dealing with multiples like that, it's just it's tough, you know.
mm,
And like that really has helped. Um just help just me and him, like I said, we get that time together, we just go at it. And music music
mm.
I love music. I love good music. I love good music.
Actually, that's something that's really stood out to me about your channel and even your husband's channel. is
Yes.
the music is so chill. Like
Yes.
it's entertaining to your mind enough that it kind of bleeds off that extra energy and you could just kind of focus on the conversation.
Yes. Yes. And it's something, see, what what we're doing is well, with the music, we used to do that on Ustream. It was we will play music and we'll talk. And that's how we are off camera. We
Mm,
play music and we just talk. Because it is frustrating. And don't get me wrong, like me and my husband, we be about to punch walls. Uh he be having to go outside. I be having to go outside. I would go have to go in the bathroom, shed a tear because it is frustrating. And
mm,
we don't want to yell at our children. We don't want to pop them, but it's frustrating as parents, especially when you don't get that break. And we got to
mhm,
create that break. And walking for me and just being able to put my thoughts out there and just
mm.
release. I mean, I'll be walking and talking to myself. I just
It's
I, I like I'll put the headphones in my ear
yep.
so it looks like I'm talking to somebody, but I'm releasing as I'm walking. I'm
I love
releasing
it.
it. I'm just, you know,
Just put on
yeah,
a headset and pretend like you're on the phone.
yes. And
That's
I would
awesome.
just literally just walk because I need it, and it's a healthy outlet. I'd rather do
Hmm.
that than to get drunk or to do harmful drugs. It's a nat
Oh,
it's
sure.
a it's an outlet for me. So
Hmm. No, that's awesome. And I'm not trying to get personal, but what we're trying to do is help other people. Like, not only get to
yes,
know you and how you roll, but like
yes.
people struggling, they looking for help. Both of
Yes.
us, the way we stream, we'll talk to you, we'll help you,
Yes.
and a lot of people have family and have kids and have that pressure in the job, and
Yes.
they don't know they stressing, they don't know how to handle it.
Exactly. They don't and my thing is okay, hold on, baby. My thing is I would say the best advice is you have to work together. Dad,
Mm,
you gotta give mom a break. Mom, you gotta give dad a break.
hmm.
You have to and most importantly to talk. A lot of people, they frustrated with work, they frustrated in this and they hold everything in. They don't want to talk about. You got to talk about this stuff. You got to talk about your emotions. You got to get it out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just and I get it. Sometimes you don't have people that want to listen cuz I'm going through stuff, so I don't care, to listen.
Mm,
And I feel like that's what I bring to D Live because I feel like I have it in me to listen to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Um, I don't mind being a listening ear. You know what I'm
And you
saying?
don't
And
find it
talking about.
overwhelming, like with what you got going, you don't find it overwhelming to listen to other people's problems too.
No, because I feel like when I'm talking to them, I'm talking as well too. I'm kind of expressing things that I'm going to, so I kind of feel like it's an
Oh, I
even
see what you mean.
exchange.
So it's mutually beneficial.
It's mutually beneficial. Now I'm not no Dr. Phil, okay? I don't have the answers to everything, and
Neither does
don't
he,
co-
by the way.
yeah, and neither does
That's
he
a bunch of
neither.
noise.
Just a bunch of cockadoodle doo, and but I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind if you want to discuss something. You know what I'm saying, something that be on your mind, but I can't take over the problem for you. I ain't going to, but
Right,
I,
right.
I'll listen.
Actually, that's a good point. I think you just said something I'm going to reiterate. I'm not going to take on the problem for you. So
Yes.
you don't, maybe that's a really good point. Like, just because you're a streamer and people coming into your channel was heavy, people tell me, hey, so and so just died, I
Yes.
just got out of the hospital, all these sort of heavy
Yes.
things, but you don't have to take that on emotionally. You could still
No,
listen and help, but not have to take it on.
exactly. And
Mm,
that's something that I practice in my daily life.
mm,
If I'm conversating with somebody, I leave it there. Like we talk, but I don't bring it back home. I don't go to sleep with it. I don't do that because it's not my issue. Yes, do I care? But I care, but life still has to go on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can't take over. And especially people that are empaths, we can feel
Oh yeah.
emotions deeper. And, it's like we can, and sometimes we take on that. And I've learned not to do that, not to take on other people's problems.
How did you
Be
learn
there.
that?
Um, I learned that from, I guess I just learned that from dealing with myself. Like when, especially at a time where I was really taking the time out to really work on a lot of deep rooted issues and still working on them. But
Mm,
I've learned that when you go through stuff, it's okay to feel it. Okay, let it come over you,
mm-hmm.
whatever, but release and let go. Don't carry that baggage on.
Mm,
And since I've done that to myself, learning to not let a situation take me down and keep me there. Okay, it
mm,
happens, you fall down, okay, whatever, but okay, bounce back up, you're alive, move forward. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And because I feel like I've practiced that on myself, it's easy now to do it for with other people.
Mm,
But it's something that I had to discover for myself, learning that situations does happen, but don't let it turn into a mood and then let it linger on into a deep depression,
mm.
you know.
That makes
So
a lot of sense. So more just living in the moment and take it as it comes, do the best you can, and then move on.
exactly. And just
Mm,
move on. Just feel the emotions, let it come through you and release it and let go.
mm. Yeah, that's important. I, I've talked to, like, I think this is the 30th Fireside chat we've done, and a number of streamers have talked to me, some on camera, some off. Some of them haven't even been on the show. We still talk on Discord all the time. And the ones that seem to be struggling the most with depression seem to be like living in the past, because
Yes.
we'll talk and they'll be like, man, this is going on, my life sucks. And I'm like, actually, that's not the person I know. I've known you for a half a year and you happy and bubbly and you playing games and you streaming every day. And they're like, oh, actually, yeah, right now it's kind of awesome. And you're like, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, right now is awesome. So more about living in the moment.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome.
It's it's more about that. And it's something that I have to, and I'm still practicing daily because it's a everyday thing, it's an everyday
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's taught me how to deal with other people, and you can be there for other people, but don't take over. Don't take over. Don't make it your problem. They have to want to change, and
Mm.
I look at it from that way,
Well,
and
and
that's
something,
how.
this isn't my words, but people, you've heard this, people only understand from their level of perception, right?
Yes.
And we all have unique realities, everybody on the
Yes.
planet. So I expect that you're not going to be like me, right? I expect
Yes.
that you're not going to think like me. And once you realize that and understand that, it makes it way easier to understand people when they come at you sideways.
Yes.
And but the other thing I had to learn the hard way is, like you and I are very much rescuers and helpers,
Yes.
but if somebody's not ready to let go of the problem, you're not
Yes.
going to be able to help them.
Yes.
So I
I
don't.
agree.
How do you deal with that? Like when people come into your chat saying kind of the same thing over and over, and it doesn't matter what you say, they're still kind of on that record. Do you just tend to ignore them? Do you try to continue to encourage them?
Um, I try to encourage them, but that's when, I mean, you gotta always speak the truth, but that's when you have to really just be like, "Look, you obviously," like, to me, I feel like this, you know, people that are constantly keep going through the same things, making the same choices, they have to want to they have to wanna make that change. They have to want to. Like, you could talk all you wanna talk, "Oh, I just wanna be," but until you actually take that step And it also I mean, it starts with your mind first. You gotta change your thought, the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't move forward because you're still thinking the same way. And when I have to break it down to people that way. I have to just, break it down. You're not ready to change. You're not ready because if you were ready, you'll come in here with a different attitude, with a different approach.
Mm.
You're not ready, and you want somebody to fix it for you. And that's what I like to call energy vampires,
Oh.
where when things are good, they're good.
Mm.
And then when things are bad and they want you to make you feel good, they want to uplift, then they're going to come to you because they love that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, it's time to just cut them off because they obviously they don't want to change,
Mm.
and they want somebody to do the change for them. So I think at that point, you just got to cut them off.
Yeah, I agree. I love the fact that D Live gives us the ability to delete, timeout, and mute people.
Yeah,
Right? Like I like because maybe they just said something that's a little off color and they don't understand that it is. You could just delete that message, right?
exactly.
Or maybe they messing around and don't understand they mess around, and you time them out for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh snap, maybe I'm messing around," right? But
Yes.
when they just come in heavy, you just go, "Nope," click, like,
Yes,
"Nope."
because that's draining. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's draining when someone keeps coming in and it's like you obviously don't want to change. You don't want to change. Like people don't get it. Like you have to do the work. I can't do the work for you. You got to do the work yourself. And a lot of people don't want to do that because it's going to require them to feel.
Well, and not
And a
only
lot of
that,
people,
like not to be too open, but like I might be struggling. I might be
yes,
depressed. You know, I
yes,
might be doing the best I can to put on my happy face right now. And then you
yes.
come in raining on my day. It's already raining. You know,
It's pouring down,
like
baby.
come on, man.
Exactly. And then exactly because we all have those days. There's days when I get on and hell, I need the support too.
Right?
You
That's
know
what
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying.
There's some days, I get on and I need you to uplift me. But if you
Hmm.
feeling down to the ground, you know what I'm saying? How
Hmm.
how are you gonna lift me up? So
Exactly. All right,
I
so,
agree.
so let's talk a little bit. I like to get into a segment of the show where we try to help new streamers, right? People
Yes.
that have not streamed at all or just getting started and they're still kind of lost, like we were in the beginning.
Yes.
So I asked, it's a two-part question. What's one or more things? It's up to you, but at least one of each. What's one thing that you would say will really help somebody with streaming to be successful? And what's one thing that would definitely hurt you, that will mess you up, and it's gonna, burn you out from streaming?
Okay. The first thing that I would say to be successful or, on the road to it, I would have to say is that you need to do whatever it is that it's fun to you
Mm.
and something that you love. I would say that. Um, I feel like if you're a type of person that all you want to do is just, I don't know, just make slime on the stream all day, then do that.
Right?
You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do
yeah, yeah,
what you
definitely.
love. Um, I would say that. And then another thing what I for the burnt out and the tired is when you're trying to keep up with everybody and when you're doing stuff that you really don't want to do, but it looks good,
Mm.
that you're gonna get burnt out quickly because what's gonna happen is something new is going to come up or new people is going to come on and then you're going to see okay, maybe my views are gone down or whatever, then you're going to start doing other things that are not in your character
Mm.
to get those people.
Hmm.
And it's just going to be a spiraling, it's going to spiral all down because you're not doing what you really want to do. You're not really doing what you want to do. And I know a lot of people, especially my husband, when he tried to get a lot of people to come over to Twitch, a lot of them come over and they're like, but I don't know. I don't know, if people gonna watch me. I don't know. I'm like, but you ain't even try. You gotta try it out first,
Right.
and you have to do what you really like. It don't matter what's trending.
Mm.
It don't matter what everybody is on. It doesn't matter.
Right. And the
And
popular games you can't play as well as the people that are playing them, like at the top.
exactly.
I mean,
Exactly. Like you're not gonna catch me playing on Apex. I'm not gonna play it. Okay. I don't
right,
I'm
right.
not good with shooting. That's not me. I know that's not me. So I'm not even gonna do it.
Right. Like if like my boy Enforcer J, top 25 Apex player in the world, you aren't gonna
Yes.
play that well.
No.
You might as well
And then
just
people
watch him.
exactly. And then on top of that, people are gonna see that too. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
And I've seen it as well too on some people's streams. Um a lot of people, you could tell they get kind of pressure, especially when they're using the Lino chess.
Mm.
Um when that Lino came out, oh man, I went into a guy's stream and I just saw the pressure on his face. He had like over maybe 3,000 Lino in there, or 1,000, whatever, and people were just, oh my gosh, just being crazy, and you could just tell he was just so pressured,
Yeah, and so
so
just to
pressured.
just to clarify what we're talking about
Oh, I'm
on
sorry, I'm going all over the place. I'm
no,
so
no,
sorry.
that's okay. But there'll be a lot of new people watching this. So just to be
Oh,
clear, on D Live, there is a private currency currently called Lino. It's on a test net. It's a fixed price point of 1 penny per Lino, and they're talking about maybe going to a
okay.
main net,
Go to daddy.
which would
Go to
make the
daddy.
private currency a cryptocurrency because then the price could fluctuate. So hey, it don't mind if I don't mind if she could be in there if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, I
I
don't
think
mind
your
it. She.
daughters are beautiful,
Oh,
incredible
thank you. I
little
appreciate it.
children. Hey, all right, that's one of the two. Now I
Yeah,
can't
this is Chunky Mama.
wait. That's not her real name, is it?
Oh no, her real name is Armani.
Okay, okay. What's your other daughter's name?
Alana. Oh, you want her? It
Armani and
don't matter. She
Alana.
can stay with me.
Well, hey, she was in Smooth's interview. They both were, both the twins.
Yes. Yep. Yep. They both were.
They already look bigger too.
Oh yes,
It's
they
only
are.
been a
They're
couple months.
yes. They'll be 2 in July.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't realize it was that man. Oh my God, have we been on D Live that long?
Yes. Yes. Okay, you got to stop with your feet, baby, because you're kicking the table.
So yeah, so on D Live, there's a private currency. It's called Lino. That's how you tip your favorite streamers. That's how now there's. I don't know if it's temporary. I don't know if you're even still on D Live when you're watching this video back. But right now, there's like a treasure chest, and as you guys interact in chat, Lino gets put in there, and then the streamer can give that back to the audience. The streamer can also add Lino to that chest to give back to the audience.
Yes.
So some streamers have been using it to bait people into coming to the channel, right? Put a bunch of Lino in there, get people to come watch, never give it away, just keep it there to tease people. But like you're referring to, there's also the flip side of that, which is viewers hopping from
Yes.
stream to stream, just trying to beg for free Lino.
Yes.
And that could be frustrating.
Yes.
So
Yes. It is.
have you struggled with that? Like, how do you deal with that?
No, I haven't actually. I mean, I know a few came in there and they asked chess, but usually one of my mods, they'll go ahead and mute them out, or
Mm,
they'll warn them before and give them a chance, and then they'll just mute them out. But when it comes to the Lino chess, I use it as a reward system. I don't use
mm,
it as a giveaway because I feel
mm,
like a reward, I mean, a giveaway is people expecting something.
mm,
And I feel like reward is you're rewarding your viewers, your community. You're rewarding them for being in there. And and why not? Because they come night after night, they
mm,
support you with Lino, they support you by telling other people about you. So why not reward them with that?
Hmm.
And I started doing on my channel at the end of my streams, like whatever I collect, open up the door, baby. Open up the door so they could walk freely. All right. What I do is at the end I release it. So whatever we built up for talking, and I'll add some in there as well, and I'll release it at the end. Those that were in there. Now I do it every night. I don't even let it
Hmm.
build up. I just do it every day. I just do it every day,
Hmm.
and I don't put heavy amounts in there, because I don't want to attract those type of people.
Hmm.
I like to do it for the people that are in there, and let them get that,
Yeah, the way I
so
actually, right when they first released it, I noticed I would throw like 500 Lino in there, and if I waited any time at all, there'd
no,
be
no.
there'll be another 10 or 15 viewers jump in
Mhm.
immediately, start following with names that you can't pronounce,
Yes,
or that weren't actually names,
yes,
and they would just be there looking for the Lino. Where
yes,
if you want to actually reward the people that are in your chat, like right now, put the Lino in right now and give it away
yes,
right now.
yes,
And that prevents that.
yeah. Because it hasn't happened to me, but I've seen it on other people. They will follow you, and then they'll unfollow you after they get it,
Oh.
and um,
Oh, they're
and
trying
I'm
to
like,
get around like follow only chat and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Mm.
follow, yeah, so I mean, like, I think it's a good system, I really do, but it's gonna have its quirks. It's gonna have the good side and the bad side. So it's like,
Sure. And to be clear, D Live is, as we're doing this interview, is still what I would call in beta, right? They're still
yes,
changing the user interface. They're changing everything, the software, the hardware, the overlay. It's and I like it. I don't mind the changes.
me too.
D Live, they seem to be trying to position themselves in such a way for long-term success, right?
Yes,
Like fix the problems while they're still small enough to get control of it.
I agree.
So I don't know. There's been some talk. What's your opinion on Lino in terms of, do you think it should stay test net? Would you like to see
Oh,
it go to a main net where the price fluctuated and donations would then obviously change?
close the door.
Do you
I'm
care
sorry.
if it's how do you feel about that?
Just one second. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Okay, they finally closed the door.
No problem.
Yes. I actually, I would love for it to go mainnet. I would
Mm,
love for it to go mainnet. What I like about D Live is that this is the platform that I can say on any platform that you actually can earn an income coming in, and it doesn't take that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, like certain you know, other platforms, it's like you have to be at a certain status to be
mhm.
this and that and whatever. And over here they make it more achievable in a good way, in a good way.
Sure.
But I like it. I love the Lino aspect because it gives people a chance to earn, viewers and the streamers. um I just think it's a great idea. It's a great idea because you can make a living on here. I mean, it could pay for something. It could get you some groceries, probably could pay a light bill, cell phone bill, or whatever.
Yeah.
I love the adjustments that they're making, and I know a lot of people, they might have, their negative spins on it, and that's fine. But think about, Twitch had to start from somewhere. Before, it was just in TV, and then it grew and grew and grew. So D Live right now, this is the best time to actually get on the platform right now. This is the best
Hmm.
time why it's small and it's growing. You know, um, I love it. I love the Lino aspect. Especially in the near future, me and my husband, we're planning on getting into crypto as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
So I definitely hope it go mainnet. I really do.
Now, we as a disclaimer, I have to say, don't quit your day job and then
Yes,
start
don't.
streaming.
Yes.
Start streaming, get successful, then quit your day job if you want.
Yes. I agree. Yes, please don't. There, yes, you can earn a potential income on here. That is true. But
Potentially.
like, yes, but like Author Joe say, don't go and quit your job because y'all heard Mommy lying and say, "Oh,
Yep.
she said you could make an income on here." Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
You can,
But
maybe. Now,
you can maybe, but I'm just saying it's potential. It is
if
potential,
I say look at it
and
like a hobby, and maybe if the hobby starts paying it for itself, then push it
exactly,
further.
exactly. So I love that. Um, I really do. I really like the community. So
Nice. So, is there any topic about D Live or streaming in particular that you would like to discuss or kind of cover with, burning desire to communicate to new, basically new viewers or new streamers?
yes, I would. I know I mentioned this earlier, just a few, but I'm going to mention again that a lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot, but I've come across a lot of people, especially on Twitter, a lot of people that was on D Live, they end up leaving, because they didn't like the way things were going and blah, blah, blah. But I just want to say this. What platform do you know that they actually have community meetings? Okay, they take people input, and they actually listen to people, and they do all these great giveaways and all these, just this all these opportunities that you can join and you can meet people. And one thing I
Hmm.
would say, this what I do like about D Live, and I encourage people who are streaming on other platforms, is D Live, they it's kind of like a force. They kind of force you to share your community, share
Hmm.
your viewers with other people. That's one thing I do like about this, because on any other platform it's not like that. And I like the
Right.
fact that they encourage that and they actually implemented that. So if you are verified, um, that's something that you have to do to keep up. And I love that. And I like the fact that you can lose the verified check mark, but I like the way they do it, because it keeps that motivation going. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people on other platforms, they have a check mark, but they're kind of in stagnant. They haven't really grown.
Right.
And I just feel like for those people, just try it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are negative. Like, a lot of people will write my husband and ask him how is D Live, but when they're doing it, they're so negative. But I'm like, okay, if it's so negative, why are you even asking him about it? Obviously, you're curious. You know, like my husband, he was on Twitch. And for people that are on Twitch and stuff, if you feel like that's the only platform that you're going to make it on, then of course you're not going to be successful on D Live. But to me, I feel like I could be successful on any platform. That's how I feel. It might take a little bit
Mm-hmm.
longer. It might have a lot of stimulations, whatever it is. But I feel like the check mark don't make me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
for people, I feel like just give it a try. Like, the community is great. Like, these people will come into your chat room. Okay, you could feel the love. They will ask their community to come, and it's just amazing. And I'm like, just give it a try. Just give it a try. Just stream for a week. Don't do it for one day. Just do it for a week or two,
Well, something
and
you
see.
just hit on, I want to reiterate, which is the check
Yes.
mark doesn't make you. Like, don't,
Yes.
because I'll be honest, like, I have a check mark, and what it didn't change anything I was doing. It just, to me, it was like, oh, D Live appreciates me. They see the work
Yes.
I'm putting in, right?
Exactly.
Now there are some new changes coming to the requirements to apply and maintain verified partner and global partner on D Live. In my opinion, they're more difficult to attain, and I'm not sure I'll even keep my check mark with the new requirements. I think we're going to lose at least half of the verified partners. That's just my opinion, and it really
Yes.
bummed me out for like the first few days. I was really bummed out about it. And a number of my regulars were like, "What's wrong, man? Why you seem bummed out? What's going on?" And I told them, and they said, "Why does that matter? Like, just stream, just do what you
Yeah.
do, and have a good time. Don't worry about that." Like,
Yes.
how do you feel about that?
I agree. Especially when you say that for a lot of people, it they're going to lose their check marks. They are because when of course their requirements. Let's just be honest. Their requirements was easy, and a lot
Oh,
of people
sure. In
met
the
those
beginning,
requirements.
yeah.
So in the beginning, but the reason why I do like this because it's going to weed out a lot of those people, a lot of those people,
Hmm.
and um, but my husband, he kind of felt that way too. I ain't gonna lie. When it happened, he kind of felt that way too. And I told my husband, I said, no, 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 no. You keep streaming. This check mark, it does not, yes, like you said, it's like appreciation for being on here. And yeah, if other people see that check mark, they're going to go to you because you're verified, you know, but don't don't let it bring your confidence down because the check mark really don't mean anything because there are a lot of great streamers that don't have the check mark but they're awesome, their energy is
Hmm.
awesome, you know. And it kind of sucks because it's kind of like, in a way it's kind of like on a viewer because they have to want to come back to you, they have to, you know what I'm saying. So
Hmm.
it's
Well, that was the thing that kind of threw me about a lot of the requirements is they want you to have a certain number of viewers in your channel per hour, right? They want you to have a certain amount of donations a month. They want you to have a certain number of followers. They want you to have a certain number of subscribers. Every single one of those things we don't control as a streamer.
that is true.
So how
And
we would, that's the part that I'm confused about. Like I can control my quality, my consistency, right? How I can follow the community guidelines. I could stream daily. But that's not enough for the
yes,
for those requirements.
I agree with you because the platform itself is small.
Hmm.
I mean, it really is. So you're not getting thousands and thousands and it's not there yet where
Well, we're all
but
sharing the same viewers basically.
exactly because think about it. It's really like right now, it's a lot of streamers watching streamers.
Hmm.
So that is true. I think eventually they're going to have to change that because a lot of streamers are watching streamers. A lot of people are not gonna because sometimes you streaming with the, you know what I'm saying, and then everybody's on at the same time.
Hmm.
So I think that's something that they're probably well they should change because okay, to me I feel like they should take the viewers every hour out and donation, but maybe add something else in there. That's more it's attainable, but it still will weed out some of the people.
Hmm. Well, and again, these changes, I'm not opposed to change. I mean, that's the only constant in life is change,
That's true.
right? So I'm not concerned about that. And I know that the changes that are happening to D Live are being done to promote the longevity of the platform and the quality of the
Yes.
content available, right?
Yes.
Because like you said earlier in the show, you could do anything you want on D Live, right?
Yep.
Cooking, art, music, like
Yep.
gaming, chatting, literally anything. And I love that about this platform. But
Yes.
it also invites abuse, right? People that would
Yes.
abuse the system. So they're trying to
Yes.
affect that.
Yes. I agree. And it sucks too because you have a lot of people that really like this place. There's a place where, like you said, you could do a lot of things here. So, um, hopefully in the future, they will make those and listen to, what a lot of people are saying because it is kind of like I get it, and I feel like off the joke, you should keep your verification. My husband and a lot of other great streamers that that are really, really good, that are really good.
Well, but when it comes down to it, it's they have a black and white system, and it's about
Yes.
numbers. And even
Yes.
during this show that you and I are having, we
Yes.
haven't hit the numbers for me to be a partner,
Yes.
right? So that's why, which again, like you're saying, it's going to change. It's they changed it from before. They're, I
Yes.
guarantee you, they're going to change it again.
I agree. They
And
will.
well,
Oh, go ahead. I'm
like
sorry.
so smooth said in the chat, like even if we lose it, we'll get it back. Like it's not, and even if we don't, that's not what we're doing here. We didn't. I didn't even know what a verified partner was before I came to D Live. So it's not going to define my sense of self worth if I have it or don't have it. And I think that's important to say to new streamers, right?
Yes.
Like, don't come in here and worry about how quickly can I be a partner. Just just stream.
Exactly. When I started, right, and I started to get up there, I'm in the hundreds now, right? And then there was like one time I kept putting in my title. I was like road to 200, right? And then I was like, I thought about it one day, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna take that off, and I'm just gonna keep my title, because I felt like I didn't want to base it on that. I just didn't want it to be where I'm just trying to get a partnership, trying to get, I don't want to do that. I just felt like I just wanted to enjoy myself. I didn't want to put pressure on myself like that because I feel like what I'm saying, if it's meant to be, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have it. It's gonna the the universe is gonna and it's gonna make a way for me to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't want to come on here and that be my main objective because,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why I say this too, because there are some new streamers that I see they come on here and they're like, okay, I'm trying to get a partnership. I'm trying, okay, but what are you gonna do after you get to the partnership? Because a lot of people, you know what I'm
Right?
saying?
No, that's awesome. Go
It's
ahead,
like,
preach it, girl.
it's
Tell
like I'm on the road to 500. I'm on the okay, I get it. You on the road, but what what is your main objective here? Is it just to get the verification, or is it are you enjoying yourself in the process of it all? It's all, I'm just trying to get that partnership. I'm just trying to get that yeah, but are you enjoying yourself in the process? Like, like I I just don't want it to base everything on, oh, I'm trying to get 300 followers. I'm trying to. No, I took that off and I was like, nah, I ain't worrying about that. Whoever gonna come see me is gonna come see me. I'm going to make this smooth for me. I'm not gonna make it hard.
well, so you actually said something right at the beginning of the show that I almost said that should be your streaming title. It was something like um, good music, great vibes, and great conversation. Or something. You was
Yes,
like, that's what I'm doing on my stream. I was like, that's the title. Your
yes,
streaming title is great conversation, great music, good vibes.
yes.
Like you don't need to road to any number or like X amount of donation goals.
Uh,
Like,
because I feel like, and I'm just saying for me, I don't know about anybody else. But if I come on here and that's just my main objective is okay, I'm just trying to, like I have a Leno goal. It's only $12. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But my main objective is not to count how many followers and how many followers I'm trying to get because I feel like I'm not enjoying myself because I'm constantly worrying about, who's following, who's not following me. And I just didn't want to have that approach to it. I just felt like I'm just trying to make this like I enjoy doing this. I'm passionate about this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to turn it into no rat race,
hmm.
you know?
That's easy to get caught
So,
up on though. Like even myself, I came on here just for the conversation, not trying to make money, right? So
yes.
I don't focus on Lino. I don't cash it out. It doesn't streaming doesn't make me money.
Yes.
Even knowing that, I still got caught up trying to stream longer than I should, trying to
Yes.
stream consecutive days when I should be
Yes.
taking days off, things like that,
Yes.
So it's it's important, like what we're saying, to take stock of what you're doing and make sure you're not turning it into something unpleasant for yourself.
Yes. Yes, because I mean, you see it all the time. I I could go on these platforms right now and you could just that you don't even have to they don't even have to say nothing. You could feel it on them. You
Mm,
could just tell these people are they especially on Twitch, some people cannot afford to take a day off.
mm,
They can't afford to take a day off. They take a day off streaming, they don't mess it up for their rent. They don't mess it up for
right.
whatever. And for me, since I don't really have we don't have much bills. Our life, we me and my husband, we really simplified our life. We really did.
Mm,
A lot of things that I felt like I needed and wanted and had, I don't need it. And when I come on here, when people do offer me lino, it ain't going to no mortgage. It ain't going to none of that. It's just it pays for our little accommodations or
mm,
whatever. It could, get groceries, but it's not going on stuff where I have to do this. I have to
mm,
stream 6, 7 days a week.
mm.
I'm not turning this into that. I'm not doing it. If that's the case, I'll go get a job.
Right. So what's just for people who haven't caught your stream, you
Yes.
are East Coast United States, right?
Yes,
So
East
Eastern
Coast.
Standard Time. So do you have a schedule yet in terms of what days and what times you like to stream?
Yes, I do have a schedule. Um, my schedule is pretty much Monday through Friday, but Wednesday I don't stream. So I stream Mondays and Tuesdays from 8 to 10,
Okay.
and I stream Thursdays and Fridays from 8 to 10, and then I'm off Wednesday. Well, I don't stream Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are
Okay.
my days.
Okay, so if you want to catch Mommy Lioness live on D Live, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 8 to
Go
10
ahead.
p.m.
No.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. And you're gonna hear good music, you're gonna have
Yes.
good conversation, and it's gonna be great vibes.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right. You
There you
got
go.
it.
There you go. See? It only
You
took us
got
an
it.
hour and 51 minutes. We just nailed it down.
Oh man. Awesome.
Nailed
I'm
it.
enjoying myself. I gotta let you know I'm enjoying.
I love this. I love these conversations.
I do.
And I don't see. I believe D Live is beautiful because it's the entire world getting together to hang out,
Yes.
right? Race,
Yes.
religion, color, sex, none of that matters at all on D Live.
None of that.
But I do want to say, see, now I'm gonna say, but I do want to say it's really nice having another female streamer with such a strong voice, right? Like we
Yes.
had we had a Flow Driver on here, and even she's had some struggles with depression and anxiety and stuff, and she was incredibly open and about that, and I think that's very powerful and
Yes.
empowering for young women to hear.
Yes.
And you've got such a great energy and a strong voice, and you even said, you've had some issues being introverted,
Yes.
withdrawn socially, but here
Yes.
you are, it's bringing you out and it's making
Yes.
you stronger.
Yes.
So that's beautiful. That's it. It's really empowering. Like one of our viewers today is Lil Bama, which is my buddy Bama's young daughter. And like I know Rachel is a younger lady with plays with Rowdy Souls. It's actually a live 4-piece band on D Live, which is
I
crazy.
I love them.
It's awesome. So, but what I'm saying is, the majority of streamers are men, generally
Yes.
young men. So I
Yes.
find it very powerful that a mother is here with such great energy and great information having these sort of conversations. And I think your name, Mommy Lioness, is perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's because what's cool is I got to see you when you first started with D Live,
Yes.
and I was hosting. I still, do host you when I can. I send
Yes.
people over to your channel, and
You
it's
have.
it's nice because when I come by your channel now, it's like half of my audience in there too. And
It's
that's
awesome.
it's fun to see. Like you said, D Live encourages us to share Lino, to share viewers. It's beautiful. It's
It
such a
is.
supportive, incredible environment.
It is, and I just want to say thank you, as well, Author Joe Hawk, because I know when I come in your stream, you shout me out, you send people, and I just want to say I appreciate that, and I just appreciate you for being you. I appreciate that most importantly, and for everybody on D Live for being themselves. And I'm glad that I'm on here. And I just want to say I encourage more women as well.
Mm,
Single children, I encourage you. Yes, come on here. We need that female presence. We need that feminine energy as well.
hmm
We need that balance on here. And it's just a great place to really connect with people. And you don't have to do long streams. I don't. I only do 2 hours. If it's crunk and we having a good time, I might push it for a little bit. But
Yeah, yeah.
other than that, I just do 2 hours. I feel like that's enough where I can
Mm.
give, where I'm not pouring a little bit too much over.
hmm
But I just feel like this is great, and I do encourage women, especially when they come in here, not to put pressure. If you want to stream, these are for the people that want to do it, but they might be a little nervous or a little scared. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. You'll be surprised who you meet. You'll be surprised.
Now, I would like for you. I asked Flow Driver about this, and I'm gonna ask you about this. I already
Yes.
know your answer, but I feel like these young women need to hear your words.
Yes.
Should they be trying to get viewers by wearing low cut tops and short shorts and shaking around, or should they be using their intelligence and their energy and their persona?
You know what I'm about to say. You already know. You already
I'll say
know.
it. I mean, we need, but if they never heard it, they need to hear it.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Yes. It I think it's okay to be a little sexy. It's okay to show off a little skin. You see, I'm showing off.
hmm
It's okay, but let's not make that the main focus. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We want a woman to come on here and be respected,
Mm.
and to just share that energy. You know what I'm saying? Of course, men are going to come to you anyways because you're a female. And dudes, like, especially when girls are playing games, come on, that's hot. We know that. It's hot. But
Hey.
you don't have to do that. And to me, I feel like it's okay to be sexy, but have boundaries with it.
Mm.
Like, if you're coming on here, you got your boobs all out, you got your behind showing, cover that up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
to
like how
me,
she said, cover that
you know what I'm saying? Like,
up.
you want to keep a man guessing. See, me, I
mm.
like to keep them guessing because they
Mm.
thinking anyways. You already know they thinking, but keep them guessing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's nothing wrong with being sexy, but let's let's use our heads. And I get it. Sometimes it's a little easy to open up, down below than open up this.
Mm.
But I really encourage women, cover up. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be on here, see, when women do that, and then they wonder why men being disrespectful, and they're like, oh, well, I should be able to. Okay, so if you're gonna be wearing that, be prepared to deal with what's gonna happen with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
Be
gotta
prepared.
respect yourself if you want other people to respect you.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say this too.
hmm
Men, they know when women have low self-esteem.
Mm.
Y'all know. Y'all got X-ray vision. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? So for women, let's just try. And I encourage, and I'm big. I always wear my rose quartz. I always wear
Mm.
my rose quartz, because this definitely helps um with self-love, um just those female qualities, universal love, forgiveness, all those things. And I really wear this because it really helped me to really go in and really discover something amazing about myself, and
Hmm.
I promote self-love. I promote that, especially for women, especially for women. You can be sexy, but you don't have to be half naked. You ain't gotta do all that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta do all that.
And then, and
So
also on the flip side, if you are a female streamer and there are people coming into your channel being disrespectful, don't
yes.
take that on. Don't take it personally. Just delete them and mute them and move on.
Exactly. Delete them. And another thing, yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just delete them and mute like that because, you know, I get it. We on here, do what you want to do, but you got to understand this too. You guys, we are kids, children, they're looking at us. Okay.
Hmm.
We teach people how to be adults. We teach children, teenagers how to be adults. They
Hmm.
are the future. These are the children that are going to be running the government office, this and that, or whatever. So when you come on here, just try to be mindful of that because there are children that are watching you. You know what I'm saying? I know if I had teenagers, if they coming on here, I want them to watch somebody that respects themselves. And I just want to mention this. Bellman 256, he comes in my stream as well, and I met him off, and he has little Bam and his daughter, and I remember he said that he only allows her to watch certain people. And when he said that, it made me feel good because it's confirmation that I know that I'm setting a good image
Hmm.
for young girls,
Hmm.
you know. And I'm just and it definitely lets me know that there are young kids on here. There are young kids, and they are the future, and they learn from us.
Yeah, and I think I'd have to refresh my memory again, but I'm pretty sure D Live, you need to be 13 or older to be on D Live.
Yes, you need to be 13. And I mean, the people that came in, they're like 14,
Hmm.
teenagers,
Hmm.
but I know that, especially for my niece, when she comes on here, she's on mother, my sister,
Hmm.
she'll, but yeah, I prefer children. Don't tell me your age because if you tell me that you're 11, 12, and all that, you're going to automatically going to get muted because I'm not trying to get into
Hmm.
no trouble.
Yeah, and also on the control panel for D Live on the left side, there is an age restriction option. And what that's for is not so you can be doing adult business, but if you're going to be cussing, if you're going to be like talking about adult topics, there
Yes.
are 13 to 18-year-old children on here. You need
Yes.
to set that age limit, and then it's 18 and up are the only ones that can find your channel.
Yes. The X tag, I believe, is it?
They
X
that's
tag.
what people refer to it as. Yeah, it actually. Let me look real quick just so I get the exact name, but it's called
Oh, okay.
age restriction, and then in parentheses it says X tag.
Okay.
And if you're streaming and you're talking about sex, you're talking about politics, you're talking about adult
Yeah.
stuff, and a D Live staff member or guardian sees that and you're not X tagged, they will X tag you, right? But you should be self moderating your own channel. So it's
Yes,
just,
I agree.
yeah, it's just something we're just trying to cover, helpful information for people that maybe don't know. Um, but also, we've been going 2 hours. I know you got mom stuff to do. There's other stuff going on. So at the end of the show, we always like to open up for questions to the audience. So if
Okay.
you're in the audience and you have specific question for Mommy Lioness that you'd like to ask her, feel free to put them in chat now. Obviously, any Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday from 8 to 10 p.m., you could just stop by her stream and ask her. That's Eastern Standard Time, by the way. She does chat streams. Her whole thing is about talking to you guys. So it's very easy to get questions in with this particular streamer, which is awesome.
I
Some
appreciate.
people get so busy with the games, they forget, to keep that interaction up. But
Yes.
Lil Bama wants to know, how are you?
I am doing so good, little Bama. Me and her, we're supposed to be playing role friends on Roblox.
Yeah, she was
So
asking if you could play after the show.
yes, I'm going to eat me some dinner after, and then I'll hop on Roblox because I told her I was going to do it with her today.
Well, today is Wednesday, which is actually your day off of streaming. So are
Yes,
you going to be streaming or are you just going to be playing the
I'm
game?
just going to be playing today, and I will be
Okay.
back on tomorrow.
Okay. So you'll be playing at what time? Like an hour
I
from
will,
now?
yeah, probably like a good hour from now. I do have her blocked, so I will
Okay,
write her.
okay.
I'll write her when I get on. I'm just gonna
So
eat.
so don't worry, little Bama.
Yes, I
Just
got you. I know
you
she been wanting to play with me. She been so patient too. She been so patient.
So you've got at least an hour, little Bama. Don't worry.
Yes. I'm eating. I'll be right with you.
Now, I always like to give people tips, try to pass on helpful information that, you may or may not know. Um, with Lino, when you buy in the private currency, the tokens, they're kind of basically on D Live. Depending on where you buy the Lino from, there are different percentage interest rates charged. So if you're buying on a mobile platform, it could be as high as 30%. Apple Store, you want to try to buy your Lino on the computer because it's a much less percentage that they charge. Over the last few days, or day or two, there's actually been issues with purchasing Lino outside of the mobile platform. They are working on it. Don't worry about it. Trust me, they want to get that fixed as much as you guys want it to be fixed. Also, one other tip about Lino, if you go to your favorite streamer's channel and they're not streaming and you want to donate Lino, you can go to their replay videos. You have to be on a computer, not the mobile app. They don't show up yet, but click on any replay video, you can donate Lino. Just so you know.
I'm sorry, you cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my gate on the microphone or what, but just saying, if you want to donate Lino and your favorite streamers offline, you could do that on a replay video.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know on the
hmm
replay video.
hmm
Wow.
Now
Learn something new every day.
you only see the replay videos though if you're on the desktop version, not on the mobile app.
Oh, gotcha.
And the replays are going to be just below the screen, just so you guys know. There's tabs for every streamer. It says about, videos, replays, earnings, followers, following, and subscribers. But the subscribers you only see if it's your channel.
That's awesome. That
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah. So like for you, you have very specific hours. Maybe somebody on the other side of the world is watching you when you're offline on your replay. They could still donate to you.
That is awesome. I like
Yep.
that. I like that.
Me too. I was really excited about that because there's a few streamers that I really like to watch, but they stream while I'm sleeping. So I could still love on them, when I'm watching the replay.
Right? Right?
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, if you don't have any questions, because I'm not seeing any specific questions, we're going to get this thing wrapped up. Let's see. We're going to give them a few more seconds. Go ahead. You got anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you once again. I appreciate this opportunity.
Hmm.
I didn't think in a million years that I would be doing this. Like I've come so far. And I know for me, I have like I said, I've battled with, being an introvert, anxiety, worrying about what people might think about me. And I have came a long way. And I just want to tell people, just keep thinking positive, even if you're in a negative situation, just try to find a positive in it, trying to find a positive.
Hmm.
And I encourage people, please stream on here. I thought I saw somebody in here saying that they wanted to stream or they want to start to stream or something like that. But I encourage you, please do stream on here. You might end up on the Fireside Chat.
Well, we had one last minute question. I think I
Okay.
know it's a weighted question.
Okay.
Who is your favorite sister?
Oh my gosh. No, she didn't. Oh no, she didn't. I have 5 sisters. I
Oh,
have
I
five.
didn't know that.
Oh
Wow.
no, 4. I'm the 5th one. I'm the baby.
Right, right.
Oh my gosh. No, she did. I hope my other sister's not watching this. I love all my sisters, but my NY girly, that is like my best friend. She's my second oldest sister, and she's like my best friend. And I just want to thank her because she has supported me through this. She's that one that I go to, and I can talk to her about anything, And I appreciate you being here. And it's you. You're my favorite sister.
All right. And if any of the other sisters are listening,
I love them so much. I do.
okay. We just wanna keep the family.
Oh, I
You
know. I
know.
love you.
No, I know. We just messing. All right, guys. Well, this has been amazing, Mama Linus. I'm really glad we finally got to nail this down.
Yes,
It's amazing.
me too. I
It's
love your smile. You got such a beautiful smile.
that's dentures. It's a Thanks though.
Still look good.
It feels good. It feels good. It took me. It's one of those things about being comfortable in your own skin. Like I got really sick. I had to have most of my teeth pulled out. I was really like bummed out about it. And even with dentures, I'm like self conscious about smiling. I thought about like I like smiling. I like laughing. I'm just gonna do it. And
Yeah, me too. Look, I got this big old gap. I represent the Gap girls.
I hadn't even noticed till you said
Uh,
something.
oh yeah, but I love it. Beautiful smile.
That's a good point. We all got stuff we do or don't
Mhm.
like about ourselves. Don't worry about it so much.
Yep, that's right.
That's right. All right, well, if you don't mind hanging out for me for 1 minute, Miss Mommy Linus, I'm gonna wrap up the stream and then I'm gonna be
Yep.
right back with you.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, guys. So this is author Joe Holt. This has been another Fireside Chat. Our guest today, Mommy Lioness, beautiful soul, a mother of three beautiful daughters, a set of twins. So if you have twins, reach out to her. Love her. She needs it. Um, Actually, no, she's rocking it. She's rocking it. But maybe you need the help if you got twins. But again, Mommy, if you're still listening, King Rainmaker, twin girls, young, almost same age as your daughters. There might be some solace you can find there, some commiserating. Um, but anyway, guys, we really appreciate you being here. These fireside chats are about getting to know other streamers on a real personal level, but also it's about encouraging you guys, the viewers and listeners and new streamers, and to bring that family community feel of D Live closer. We when we say friends and family on D Live, we're serious. Like we're not just it's not just a clever slogan. So we're out here trying to love on people and encourage people and improve each other's lives in a real way. So we really appreciate you guys being here and listening. And if you missed part of this show today, I upload all the fireside chats to YouTube under author Joe Holt. There's a whole playlist. This will be 30 of them that we've done now. And our next fireside chat is this Saturday, same time frame, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. But we're going to have So Smooth on. He was our very first guest. We've now done 30 of these. I feel like we've grown, we've loved, we've changed a lot, and we got to catch up with our boy Smooth again and see what he's been up to and how his life has changed. And I'm excited. I'm excited. So again, thank you guys for being here. I love you all, no matter where you are on this planet. I wish you all the best. And something that I'm trying to do now after all of these shows is pass you on to another D Live streamer you maybe don't know about. So I've got a new streamer for you. His name is JXO. I'm going to host him. He's a musician. He's doing live music and he's taking requests. He's actually a new streamer to me, but he's got great energy. And I encourage you guys to swing by, say aloha. So without further ado, aloha for now, friends. See you this Saturday for another Fireside Chat.